There is a question so strange that even asking it feels impossible. What existed before time began? It sounds simple at first. We are used to asking what came before something. Before a building, there was empty land. Before a tree, there was a seed. Before a person, there were parents, ancestors, and a long chain of life reaching backward through history. But time is different. Time is the thing that allows before to have meaning. Without time, there is no earlier or later, no waiting, no change, no cause followed by effect. So when we ask what existed before time, we may be asking a question that the human mind was never built to understand. Still, the question refuses to disappear. If the universe had a beginning, what was there before it? Was there nothing? Was there another universe? Were there some strange state where space, matter, and time had not yet separated? Or did time itself begin with the universe, making before a word that no longer works? This is where science reaches the edge of what it can explain, and beyond that edge is one of the deepest mysteries in existence. The story of our universe begins with the Big Bang, but that phrase can be misleading. It was not an explosion in empty space like a bomb going off in a dark room. It was the rapid expansion of space itself. Everything we can see today, galaxies, stars, planets, light, matter, and eventually life came from a universe that was once incredibly hot, dense, and compressed. As the universe expanded, it cooled. Matter began to take shape. Particles formed. Atoms eventually appeared. Much later, stars ignited, galaxies formed, and the universe slowly became the vast structure we see today. But the farther back scientists look, the harder the picture becomes. We can observe ancient light called the cosmic microwave background, a faint glow left over from the early universe. It is one of the oldest signals we can study, almost like a baby picture of the cosmos. But even that light does not show the exact beginning. It shows the universe after it had already been expanding and cooling for hundreds of thousands of years. The true first moment remains hidden behind conditions so extreme that our normal understanding of physics begins to break down. The difficulty is that time may not be something that existed before the universe. It may be something that began with the universe. That idea is deeply uncomfortable. In daily life, we experience time as a river that is always flowing. Yesterday came before today. Today comes before tomorrow. Every event has a place in the sequence. But if time itself began with the universe, then there may be no before in the way we normally mean it. Asking what happened before time began may be like asking what is north of the North Pole. Question sounds meaningful, but once you reach the boundary, the direction stops working. This does not mean the question is foolish. It means the question takes us beyond ordinary human intuition. Our brains evolved to understand time inside the universe. We did not evolve to imagine reality without time. And yet, that may be exactly what the earliest universe asks us to imagine. The first tiny fraction of a second after the beginning is one of the most mysterious periods in all of science. It is sometimes called the Planck era. During this moment, the universe was so hot and dense that gravity, quantum mechanics, space, and time may have behaved in ways we do not yet fully understand. Modern physics has two great pillars. General relativity explains gravity and the large-scale structure of the universe. Quantum mechanics explains the tiny world of particles and probabilities. Both theories are incredibly successful in their own domains, but at the beginning of the universe, both are needed at once. That is the problem. We do not yet have a complete theory of quantum gravity. Without it, scientists cannot confidently describe the absolute first instant or what, if anything, came before it. So when people ask what existed before time began, part of the honest answer is that our best theories are not finished. The beginning of time may be hiding in the gap between the physics we know and the physics we still need. One of the most important ideas about the early universe is cosmic inflation. According to this theory, the universe expanded incredibly fast in a tiny fraction of a second. This rapid expansion helps explain why the universe looks so smooth and uniform on large scales, even though distant regions are separated by enormous distances today. Inflation also helps explain how tiny quantum fluctuations could have been stretched across the universe, becoming the seeds of galaxies, stars, and cosmic structure. In other words, the largest things in the universe may have started as unimaginably small disturbances in the earliest moments of reality. But inflation raises another question. The universe inflated. What caused inflation? What existed before it? Was inflation the true beginning, or was it only the beginning of the universe as we know it? This is where the mystery deepens. Some scientists think inflation may have emerged from a strange energy field. Others explore the possibility of eternal inflation, where many universes could form like bubbles in a much larger cosmic process. In that picture, our universe might not be everything. It might be one region inside something far greater. But these are still ideas being tested and debated. They are not final answers. One of the most haunting possibilities is that before time there was nothing. But even the word nothing is difficult. In physics, nothing does not always mean absolute emptiness. A quantum vacuum may appear empty, but it can still contain fields, fluctuations, and potential. So when someone says the universe came from nothing, the question becomes, what kind of nothing? Was it truly the absence of everything? No space, no time, no laws, no energy, no possibility? Or was it a deeper kind of physical state that seems like nothing to us, but still had the ability to produce a universe? This is where language starts to fail. Human words were not built for a reality without space and time. We can say nothing, but we may not be able to imagine it properly. The terrifying part is that the universe exists. Somehow, there is something rather than nothing. But no matter how far science goes, the fact remains almost impossible to make ordinary. Another possibility is that the Big Bang was not the absolute beginning. Maybe the universe existed in some earlier form before expanding. Maybe there was a previous universe that collapsed, reached an extreme state, and then bounced into the expanding universe we live in now. And this kind of model, time may not have begun at the Big Bang. Instead, the Big Bang would be a transition, a bridge between one cosmic phase and another. This idea is attractive because it avoids the need for a complete beginning. It suggests the universe may have a history before the hot, dense state we call the Big Bang. But it also comes with deep problems. What caused the bounce? What laws govern the earlier universe? Could information survive from one phase to the next? Scientists do not yet know. But the idea reminds us that the Big Bang may not be a final wall. It may be a doorway we have not learned how to look through. There is a real possibility that the answer to what existed before time began may remain beyond us, not because humans are not intelligent, but because evidence from that moment may be impossible to recover. The early universe was so extreme that many traces of what came before may have been erased, stretched, or hidden forever. A cosmic microwave background gives us a powerful view of the early universe, but it does not show the first instant. It is like finding ancient ashes and trying to reconstruct the first spark. Future telescopes and experiments may bring us closer. They may detect signs of inflation, gravitational waves from the early universe, or patterns that reveal something about the first moments. But even then, the deepest question may remain partly philosophical. What does it mean for time to begin? Can something cause time if the cause itself needs time? Can existence be explained from inside existence? These are not easy questions. They're the kind that sit at the border between science, mathematics, and human wonder. So what existed before time began? The most honest answer is that we do not know. Maybe nothing existed, not even time itself. Maybe there was a quantum state beyond ordinary understanding. Maybe our universe emerged from inflation, from a bounce, or from a much larger reality filled with other universes. Or maybe the word before simply stops making sense at the beginning of time. What we do know is that the universe exists now. Space expanded, matter formed, stars ignited, galaxies grew, planets formed, then on one small world, conscious beings appeared and began asking where it all came from. That may be the most mysterious part of all. The universe did not only create stars and galaxies, it created mind capsules of questioning the beginning of time itself. Maybe one day, science will push closer to the answer. Maybe we will discover traces of what came before the Big Bang, or learn that nothing came before because time itself began there. But for now, the beginning remains hidden. And the closer we look, the more it feels like time did not simply start a story. Time is the story.